que es algo que se cambió para que fuera más humano.
There was discussion among the committee that was working with the staffing study about possibly reorganizing or relocating some of the units that have work that is very closely related, but right now they're located all over the city.
Basically, Captain Kruger deals with drugs and drugs alone, or what does he do?
The Drugs and Vice Division manages basically drugs, drug issues, drug trafficking, houses, and drug interdiction, catching the drugs that people are mailing by UPS and such.
Entonces hubo un estudio donde se tenía que mover de lugar esta unidad, ahorita está en todas partes, pero el capitán Kruger es que no les pidieron seguir trabajando, está trabajando con el manejo de drogas y de tráfico de drogas, o por ejemplo lo que se usa por correo en UPS.
My name is Victor Pierce, senior. I say that because I have a junior, so I don't want to get that wrong. I would like the camera person to take a pan around this whole room, just for to the observation. Well, she stepped off for a minute, but what I see here is if you're looking at African American men in proportionate to other people of color and ethnics, I can see that there is a large disproportionate number of African American men here in this room. And I would like to say that that is part of our problem. If we want change, we're going to have to participate in that change and in that dialogue, and having people of professional standards and stature who are working in corporate levels to be proactive and coming down here to these meetings and asking questions and giving answers for our future to enhance the quality and livability of us as a minority in Portland, Oregon, and across the country. I would like to also say that I live in Vancouver, so I might have to move here to participate in this, but I am concerned that we as African Americans be more proactive and be down here to participate in that change in our future. And that's what I'd like to say.
Eso quiere decir que necesitamos que haya más hombres afroamericanos que estén participando. Necesito de ver, estar desproporcionadamente a la participación. Tenemos que ser parte de ese cambio y verlo con Vancouver y estoy pensando también en vivir aquí a Portland para poder participar.
So I'd like to add really quickly to your comments about living in Vancouver. If you work or go to school in Portland, that allows you to be a part of the co-op.
So quiere decir que si trabajas o vas a la escuela en Portland también puedes ser parte y solicitar y aplicar para este comité.
And I just wanted to make another statement in regards to what he said. And I think that outside of corporate and politicians, that we the people have to be held accountable to being at the table as well. This is an invitation for general public members, students, people that work in our city, people, like she said, that go to school in our city, to be at the table. So let's look to them, let's look to each other, let's look for people that we know that usually stand up, that don't know that there's this opportunity here for them to stand out on our behalf and on their own accountability.
Y bueno, eso quiere decir que es importante para poder ver las corporaciones que también estén aquí, la gente que está trabajando en la escuela, otros agentes que están trabajando en otras organizaciones que también participen en esta es una oportunidad que tengamos para que estén abogando también por nuestras necesidades de la comunidad.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin Marshall. I'm the co-founder of YTAP, Youth Turnaround Program. There was something that I heard earlier by the gentleman who's sitting behind me, and I found it very disturbing. So I'd like to just read a short paragraph, and if you could give me any input or understanding of what I'm reading, please feel free. It says that the cold-blooded assassination of two New Yorkers right in broad daylight For months now, the media, politicians, and community activists have been vilifying the police. They call us murderers and racists. Now these same people who so quickly crucify the police are backpedaling. They are blaming a crazed gunman for the deployable shooting. But it is the very words that fuel the anger of many Americans and unfounded associations characterizing all police as brutal thugs. Okay, it says they have created a culture of hatred toward the law enforcement nationwide. Who are they that they're talking about? Are they talking about the protesters?
¿Quién está hablando acerca de que ellos están creando un odio hacia la policía o de qué es lo que están hablando? ¿Le están echando la culpa a la gente afroamericana o a quién?
That was a statement I believe that Daryl made, and I would let him speak to that. He was here, I don't remember what exactly his reply was when that was
He
brought up the first time.
So, and there's another paragraph starts off by saying, how did this happen? Duh.
So you can give him a call. I called him at 1:08 a.m.
I just want to give my opinion on it. People protesting.
Ese comentario lo hizo el señor Daryl Turner, el presidente del sindicato de los policías, pero se fue. I don't know how to say backpedal. Se fue, dijo adiós.
Okay, wow, just forgot my question. Okay, protesting. We protested. Why did we protest?
To exercise our right to be civil disobedient.
And because of police brutality.
Absolutely.
So how the finger being pointed at the protesters, blaming them for the death of these two officers?
I'm not going to say it.
Entonces, ¿por qué estamos protestando? Estamos protestando para ejercitar nuestro derecho constitucional de protesta y para defendernos de la
Hello. Thanks to Doe Street for holding the forum. Awesome job. Thank you so much. My name is Mila Vianney-Rouvier, and I want to thank all the board members for coming here. I just have a couple of questions about the application. Specifically on page 1 under what will the COAB do? I'm curious what sort of data points are being used for the last, evaluate the police bureau's treatment of people in mental health crisis, and as well the next one of people based on perceived race and ethnicity. So the reason why I'm asking is I don't want to apply for something that I possibly, that I'm not qualified to do. I don't want to waste anybody's time. So if you have an idea of what those data points are, then I can maybe save myself time and somebody else time. Does that make sense?
So yeah, there's, if you look at the handout on the other one, this COBOL overseeing compliance,
Okay.
there is a section about, let's see, I didn't put numbers on the pages, sorry.
Okay, so these are all interlaced then?
Oh, it's all, everything that the COAB will be doing is written about and required in the settlement agreement.
Okay.
And then it will go beyond that in it will come up with what it thinks the recommendations should be to the police bureau regarding community engagement plan.
Okay.
That is a big, big part of it.
I read the settlement agreement, I think I fell asleep.
It is long.
But I'm fine. Okay. Thank you for your time.
Oh, and just to encourage people, I am assuming that there will be subcommittees on the COAB. So if you are more interested in one area, I'm assuming there will be the opportunity to participate in that subcommittee so you can really focus on one area of the agreement as opposed to having to become more expert in the entire agreement.
And of course, it's okay.
It's a volunteer position. We are looking, we'll be.
So it's love, right?
It's love. It's,
Awesome.
there will be the possibility of reimbursement for like mileage reimbursement or requesting
55
us to get
cents,
there,
I'm down with that.
but it's really to be here for the community.
All right.
Bueno, esta persona está dando las gracias a la organización de No Dispare por tener esta reunión aquí junto con los miembros de la mesa directiva y está haciendo una pregunta acerca de la solicitud, si pagan, contestan que es voluntario, se va a poder reembolsar las niñas que son como unos centavos por el reembolso. También está hablando acerca de lo que fue el acuerdo con este grupo de co-op y está hablando que en el papel que pasaron hay una lista de responsabilidades que son críticas para que se documenten los incidentes y toda la información que se tiene que documentar cuando haya un arresto o un incidente.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I framed this right. I wanted to respond to the questions and the statement regarding black males not standing up in Portland or whatever. You said you live in Vancouver, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you've never lived in Portland or have been in Portland a lot, the black experience as it relates to a black male living in Portland, you wouldn't be able to get that. And the reason why, like, I understand the importance of this dialogue and me putting my accounts on record, but my friends and black males in the community, young black males specifically, that them not being here is more testament to their faith in the system and their elected officials being complacent with the system of oppression and them not dealing with it. Them pointing the fingers at them for being responsible for it. So that's more testament to that. I have friends that I've tried to encourage in my community to come out and put their records against police harassment and intimidation on record, and they just have dropped the complaints on the floor because it's not hate like Daryl Turner thinks, it's fear. You know, when you have officers looking in the newspaper and finding a quote of what a black male said, and then when they see him in the street say, oh, we read what you said about us, we didn't know you felt like that, while they're arresting his cousin, that's why. Their lives are at risk. So it's that fear. But I want to say that, you know, with this, we're in January, Martin Luther King's birthday and everything is coming up. Like, I just came from watching Selma. The same criticisms that he faced, from both white and black people. I've been called a coon by black people. I've been called an opportunist by black people. And the same type of stuff that's said now was said 50 to 60 years ago. So he had fear too. And they had fear. The protesters back then had fear. But the thing that separates them from people now is like people let fear stagnate them. And we need to handle that fear and move forward. It's okay to be scared, but it's what you do with that. You use that as fuel to move forward. So that's something we need to keep in mind now.
Gracias. El compañero estaba hablando acerca de lo que es el comentario de que hizo. Si tú, por ejemplo, que estás hablando que dónde están los hombres afroamericanos, vives en Vancouver, entonces tú no entenderías lo que se siente como un hombre de color, un hombre negro.